everyone, it's Liam Catterson here with episode number 8 of Jessica Jones Season 2, which is called Ain't We Got Fun? I don't know, I don't know, it sounds like something like the Joker would say, or something like that, I don't know. Just the title springs to my head and I'm thinking, I don't know, that just sprung to mind. Maybe we'll see the Joker in some capacity in this. I know, DC and all that shit. But yes, in all seriousness, it was a fantastic bloody episode. I'm still, like, amazed with how amazing the last episode was, with with the majority being a flashback-based episode on how Eliza, as we found out her name, tried to get to Jessica in her younger days, of course, but felt that, of course, responsibility after killing Sterling, after a little incident happened, of course, and, yeah, I'm assuming she resonated that to Jessica, because of course Jessica did feel some kind of grief, and that after listening to what Eliza had to say, and yeah, didn't want anything to do with it until Carl did sedate her, it seems, and yeah, everything's just back to square one now. Jessica's in a vulnerable position, and it's not looking good, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, this episode and episode 6 has been completely fantastic, compared to the rest. I mean, they've all been pretty good and they've been well paced, but these last 2 episodes have picked up some steam, definitely. So I'm hoping that does continue for this episode and for the majority of season 2, because we're coming into the final slot of episodes, so I'm expecting some crazy things to happen for season 2, for the rest of season 2, should I say. So with that said, let's just get on to episode 8 of season 2 of Jessica Jones. This is Ain't We Got Fun? I know, this is probably cringeworthy, so let's just get on to the episode. Oh, she's shackled. Sorry. Like a mother, like daughter.
I'm not gonna touch you, seriously.
Don't touch me.
Those restraints were designed to hold your mom.
Yeah.
That thing you made is not my mother.
I know it's
like
a mind
Frankenstein monster kind of shit.
Explain.
That humming again, of course, what you referred to, but damn, it really makes you think. It all goes back to what I said in the last. Oh, well, there's that uncontrollable rage. It's not so much as a villain, but she has done villainous stuff. It's not like Kilgrave, where he's willing to.
God damn it, Carl! Come with me. Get out!
How about we all just go to jail?
I'm sorry.
No! Just lock the door and do not come back!
Get off me! Let go of me! Damn it!
There's
let
that
go!
actual love as well with Eliza.
No!
Uh-oh. Not happening.
If there was a pill you could take to make you smarter, wouldn't you take it? This is essentially the same
it
thing.
depends on the
I've
side
been
effects,
using it to
honey.
help stop IGH.
If that were true, you wouldn't need to
Just
hide
because
it.
Okay, alright, this
you
is
feel
pointless.
powerful
And also, none of your
temporarily
goddamn
doesn't mean
business.
you're going to be
I'm gonna go find Jessica and figure out what
powerful
the hell is going on. Are
with
you
your body
coming or
and
not?
all that kind of stuff.
While you're on that crap, no, I'm not going anywhere with you.
Damn. I'm just worried that Malcolm's gonna take it at some capacity.
You know where they'll take me, don't you? There's a special prison built for people with abilities. It's called the Raft. Yeah, I read about it. Prisoners
I was
have
gonna
no
say
contact
you're
with
gonna
the
meet with
outside
Cap,
world,
but he's free now.
and they never return to it, so
Ooh, the raft.
whatever you need to say to me.
Philip had ADD.
Every kid with a pulse has ADD, according to the pharmaceutical companies. Carl always gets worked up about that. The over-medication of children.
Yeah, why medicate kids when you can alter their entire genetic code?
Thank you. Hypocrisy.
Carl
You didn't have any friends. You refused to play team sports. You locked yourself in your room all day playing depressing rock.
I was gonna say it sounds like me.
Really? Didn't that guy commit suicide?
So what other
Oh,
memories of mine
come on,
do you want
Kurt,
to crush?
no.
I'm not
Let's
trying to curse them. I'm just
stay away from Kurt, okay? Let's move on.
I always knew that the Ferris wheel was our thing. Not just you and me. But you refused to ride. Said it was boring. Just keeps going round in a circle.
Well, so does
I forced you
life.
to, and you wouldn't speak to me. But I knew that you loved it. Just as much as I did.
That little smirk, isn't it? Like,
Being up high and untouchable.
be bad, stay bad.
Eventually, What are you doing?
Is she taking her with her?
I don't know yet.
Ooh. Jessica's in this predicament because she's here come the cops. They'll be too late.
That right?
I am the best lawyer you can afford. I win. That's what I do. My clients don't.
That confidence,
sit
I
around
always love it
rotting in jail for a
Jerry.
year.
You can't get me out of here.
I read your file. The charges, there's no way the DA is going to want to go to trial with what they've got. Not against me. But you're going to have to give me something in return.
That kind of bribe thing.
What's wrong
Okay,
with
neat. Isn't it suspicious that the police are
worse.
like letting him do like?
Not again. Guard!
Hey, wait!
Guard!
Let's go.
Damn, he's actually remorseful about the whole IGH stuff.
Get off your goddamn phone.
Tell him,
Calm
Baba
down.
Jones.
Excuse me?
Okay.
Okay.
You know what? We're gonna get out here.
Don't
Pull over.
We're not
before
even
she
over the
gets.
bridge yet.
Stop the cab.
Okay. Don't get your panties in a bunch.
Oh, panties?
Okay.
Grown goddamn women don't wear panties.
Just
We
get
wear underwear.
Get out.
Jessica's just having to lynch her, but I'm all for Eliza. Don't be an idiot and
May seem
don't.
small to you, but both of our lives were in danger in that cab, and I was totally
Exactly.
in control.
Don't
Yeah.
be on your phone while
You
you're
didn't murder
driving.
him or anything.
Well, at least she didn't.
Just tell me what's going on in that head of yours.
I don't know, okay?
Yeah, I was going to say there's a conflict of course she would have let the
There's no
cops have her.
manual that tells you what to do when your mother, who's been dead for 17 years, comes back and is a mass murderer. I'm kind of winging it.
Someone should make one.
Everything
how hard that
inside me
shit
tells
is?
me I should turn you in.
But she's got
So
that
you're not
conflict.
ready? Well, take your time. I'm in no rush to spend the rest of my life in a steel box.
I think she'll be needing a lot of whiskey.
They're here.
Uh-oh. Yeah, because they'll be like, hey, so, I don't like what you did in bullshitting us. I don't think going back home was the best idea, like,
Come on.
she has escaped. So that's great. God damn it, Eliza. It's funny, she's like a mother, but she's also like a little child, can't be trusted. It's like the roles have been reversed. Jessica's the mother of Eliza.
I'm not gonna tell Jessica about the inhaler.
No comment.
Fight me, asshole!
Trish! You know these things, these beautiful inventions, they're called eyes, okay? Use it to see the surroundings, the things surrounding you. Don't attack someone's car because you were in the wrong. Oh, she's... Oh, for God's sake. The mother's meeting the...
That's cool.
Meeting the
Your,
daughter's
your mom
boyfriend. Oh.
Really?
You're the artist? I'm impressed. Your dissolved color field, that really reminds me of Helen Frankenthaler.
Frankenthaler.
I just love it.
That's high bar.
Well, you're there. Your work is beautiful.
Because the mother's
It takes the right
approval.
muse.
Jessica's worst nightmare.
She just...
Get some on her, so you're protected.
Oh, I got plenty on her.
And now we're going to bad cop route. It writes itself. Good stuff, Malcolm.
Hey,
Oh.
Hey,
I'm
I
just
can
loving
help.
Malcolm's involvement, though, this season.
seriously, I can get her off your back. And how much will that cost me?
Like,
No,
main
nothing. Look, I
storyline,
feel
Jerry's
bad. What she's doing
storyline.
is wrong, but just give me something that I can use.
Where to start? How about the offshore holdings in the Caxton Shell Corporation?
Caxton.
Oh?
Is that no?
How
Those
about
change?
you get run over
People
by
don't
a
care anymore,
truck?
Assholes! Before I beat you like I'm your daddy.
Come on, oh, but it's 3-on-1, that's the problem. But come on. Fucking pussies. Go on, Trish. Holy... Did she just scratch his face? Holy shit! There's a... Oh, Grove set of balls. Malcolm... Ah...
See?
Here we go.
No, shit.
Malcolm, you're
Yes,
fine.
he's-
It's just an
he's-
adrenaline surge. It'll wear off. You'll
No,
get
I'm
used to
not
it.
fine.
Malcolm, stop.
She's just regretting
stay away from me.
Yeah, because it's
Where are you going?
kicking him back to square one, isn't it? Oh, she's gonna make a move on her, isn't she? Yeah.
Is that okay?
And now let's move on to the next step. I kind of saw this was happening, but yeah.
Why would you waste perfectly good whiskey like that?
Isn't she
You
putting
don't
it?
like hot toddies either? Maybe you're not my daughter.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
I'm okay.
Oh!
I'm okay. It's just a graze.
I don't know.
But we're okay.
Nah, that's gonna spark Eliza off. Who the fuck? It was from Carl, wasn't it? Like,
Wait! Let me handle it!
No.
Stop!
she's not stopping. Catch her if you can, but oh, that's gonna... I mean, that will certainly send you into hysteria. Things are definitely picking up. First things off, I'm a bit annoyed because I just had a little, like, glance back at, you know, the screen captures, and it does look a bit wonky for when I filmed the reaction to Jessica Jones. So if you're annoyed by that, like the positioning of the camera, I apologise. I mean, I've got a camera there, I just didn't realise it. I've got a, like, I can be able to monitor, you know, my progress. I just didn't think it was that bad sitting from this perspective, but it's annoyed me though, but it'll probably be fine. That said, yeah, season 2 is definitely picking up, definitely. Yeah, like, I'm really, really amazed. It even has the potential, like, depending where it goes and depending how they can take this, which, of course, I'm not sure how they're going to take this, but, like, depending on the quality of the direction they're taking this, it has that potential to be, you know, top 3 mid-tier. I already do think it's leaning towards the top 3 tier of, you know, the best Marvel Netflix shows that's been aired so far. I mean, Jessica Jones season 1 is still the top for me, and it depends. Like I said, it depends how they do this, because season 1 was a tough, like, Jessica overall, the story, everything, the villain, which is an important one, which I'll get onto in a minute. It depends on how they, you know, take this, and so far it's looking really, really good. And this episode was like the previous 3, like, it built so much, like, I feel like the first quarter, the first third, should I say, of season 2 was all about development, and that's okay. The way they're slowly pacing season 2 is really, really neat, because it's proving how great, you know, season 2 is, to be fair, and they're not rushing to conclusions. They're taking their time to develop a nice, greatly quality story, and it's proving to be like, especially with these past couple of episodes, since we've gotten so much development and pieces set, it's proving to be a really, really enjoyable treat. I said, going back to the villain, like, that was a key quality attribute to why season 1 is probably the best Netflix Marvel show there is. And I know I'm like a broken record by bringing this up, but it's interesting how they're not going, you know, okay, we've got a clear-cut villain or whatever. Yes, okay, Eliza has killed. we can't gloss over that fact. She has killed, and there's probably not going to be a happy ending, like Jessica said. Like, there's no happy endings. Whereas Eliza's looking to dodge that. She even said it herself, like, unless there's no ending. And that's the thing. There's going to be a situation where it's not looking good. Whether she gets killed again, and Jessica has to, you know, suffer losing her mother twice, or she gets sent to the raft or whatever. There's no happy ending. And it's looking really, really great to see, you know, this like complicated situation unfold, because you know, you don't know what to feel when Eliza's on screen. I mean, of course, when she's like rage, it's like, oh no. But you always, I feel like when you're watching this, you always tense up when there's a potential threat to make Eliza angry, you know, flare up. Like, it's just really, really interesting because of the fact that she's not a clear-cut villain. She's not like Kilgrave, where he was willing to, you know, go all evil or whatever. And, you know, at the whim of his fingers, like, he could literally go evil, and you're like, no, 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 don't do that. Whereas Eliza, you know, she has a good heart, and I do feel that. Like, I feel like she has a really good heart, but there's that, like I said in the last episode, there's that monster that consumes her, and it's like it takes over her personality, it takes over who she is. And it's just really, really interesting. Yes, the stuff, like I said, the stuff she does, you can't, you know, that's not excusable, but to some degree, you do, you know, feel for her. Especially when, you know, we saw through this entire episode how that's what I loved about this episode probably the most, you know, the mother-daughter bonding that we had, and Jessica's conflicting scenario, because she could have, like, easily trapped Eliza in her home, and Eliza was like, I'm sure Eliza was willing to, like, she could have allowed the cops to take Eliza away, of course, but I think she wanted to try and, like I said, it's like that kind of mother-daughter Freaky Friday situation. I think she's trying to, you know, get to her mother, to be there for her kind of thing, because she's a bit dangerous to be out in the public, which she did feel when the detective came over, but she was taking extra precautions, of course, Eliza. But, of course, Jessica doesn't know that. She knows what her mother's capable of, and she knows, you know, her in the public, especially with, you know, a lot of arseholes going around, it could look pretty ugly, so, you know, you got that worry. But, of course, like I said, she was taking extra precautions, but you just don't know that. And I think she's just trying to do her best to make sure to take care of her. But, like I said, it's just really, really interesting because like I said, I think she has a good heart. It's just whenever she clicks into that monster personality, things look ugly, and you just, you know, you can't help but, I don't know, clench your fist and worry, because, you know, she's a dangerous player out there. And the fact that, you know, inside, when all is calm and normal, she's got this good heart, it creates this conflicting feeling for not just Jessica, but for the viewers as well. And I really love that. I know, like I said, I know I'm sounding like a broken record, but it's not a clear-cut villain. It's not someone who's willing to do this, who might have had it's a monster taking over her mind, literally. Whereas, she has a good heart, she's meaning to do what she's even wanting to reminisce to, you know, be all well and good and all that kind of stuff. It's just I think it's like an animal, like, if it feels endangered, it will get, you know, kind of aggressive kind of thing, maybe, like a lion will probably be okay with its peers. Yes, it can get a bit rough if it feels aggravated. You wouldn't go up to a lion, of course, as a human, but just think of, like, a lion's just, yeah, chilling. Probably a bad analogy, but it's like that. Like, she doesn't feel provoked at all. When, like, especially in this episode, until that last scene, until some dick had decided to fire a bullet at her. She didn't feel aggravated, and there was this nice environment that we were immersed in, because you know, they were getting along fine. You know, they were she was being all calm, and it was nice, and it was a beautiful environment. But it's just whenever she got aggravated, like that last scene, shit gets real. So it's great that we have this kind of development for the main antagonist of season 2, like this development, like this situation we're in, because you know it's just Marvel's way of continuing to produce villains who you just love because of their characteristics. I feel like they're not just, you know, cliched villains. They've got a story. They've got a reason to, you know, be the baddie in this scenario, whether they don't intend to or whatever, like, or whether they feel hurt by the hero of the story. They do create some great villains, or great antagonists in this case, and Eliza is no exception. So, like I said, the mother-daughter bonding, everything going on was just really, really neat to see, and I just loved it. And I feel like Dr. Carl is, well, for me, for that part, I don't know if he orchestrated the shooting at A-list investigations, but considering, you know, the predicament that Jessica was under, especially, you know, with Jessica threatening him, of course, earlier in the episode. Yeah, I don't know if he did that, but for the early part, he was just trying to keep everything calm and all that jazz. But you know, there's that bit of hypocrisy as well. Like, you know, when Eliza said, you know, Carl gets itchy about the ADD medication, of course. Oh, yeah, because, you know, modifying your genes is acceptable, isn't it? Especially when you are producing them to be murderers and all that. But yeah, the mother-daughter bonding from Jessica and Eliza was just really, really beautiful to see. It was really, really fun. It was just a pleasing environment to be in, especially as conflicting as it was for Jessica, and, you know, she just felt a bit uncomfortable about how to handle the situation, because it's like, there's this murderer, my mother's a murderer, and I don't know how to handle it. It was just really great to see them two, you know, just bond and, you know, everything all calm. Like I said, until that dick fired at A-list investigations. Drifting off somewhere else then, the Hogarth story taking an interesting turn, of course. You know, like I said, that slow development is really, really nice, of course, and I do feel with who's he? Shane, of course. I think he was Shane Ryback. I know he was called that. Yeah, I do feel something bad's going to happen, and, you know, Hogarth's back to square one kind of thing, because of course there's that, you know, there's that celebratory feel. She's not cured yet, but she's got hope. And that's what I feel. Like, they're celebrating because they found the next step to hope, and then it's all going to go back to square one for her. But she could just rejoice in this moment, especially with Inez there. And I kind of expected them to hit things off, of course, but yeah, and just it's just been a really enjoyable, connected but side story kind of thing for season 2. So it's really, really good there. Malcolm as well. Oh, it's going to be really, really interesting to see where things go from here, because of course he has had a taster of Simpsons in Halo, of course, and yeah, I'm just kind of worried that it's going to probably, you know, I don't know, I mean, of course he was remorseful at it at first, but there's that chance that he will relapse, and it'll, you know, he will keep sharing with Trish, of course, the enhancer, and it can probably get him to be a bit more feisty in the field, of course, because especially when he took that beating from those 3 guys, he might feel, okay, well, this made me feel stronger, I don't have to deal with that crap again. I mean, I got hatred from these homophobic dickwads, and I got beat up for it. And with this, I can feel like I can just take them all and whatnot, but I don't know. I just worry for Malcolm, because I feel like he's been in a good place, especially now that he's recovering and that, and now he could be like Jerry. You know, he could fall back to square one. if things do play out the way I'm predicting, where, you know, he will put, like I said, 3 guys. Normally you wouldn't be able to handle that, but with the enhancer you might have the potential to do so, but we'll just have to wait and see. All I know is Trish is not being a good influence. I mean, she's just suggesting this idea, this dangerous idea, especially to Malcolm, who is trying to recover, and Trish is already hooked on the stuff anyways, but it's all going south and I don't like it. But no, it was a really, really neat episode. I just, you know, enjoyed it. Like I said, the mother-daughter bonding, the interactions between between Jessica and Eliza was just beautiful to see. And I'll just repeat it again, you can't gloss over the fact that she murdered people. There's going to be a bad ending for her. I'm not thinking about that right now, though, because I'm just I can't embrace it right now considering the ending. We'll just have to see how things go from that, because that will surely, you know, spark off Eliza, but like it did at the end. But I'm just enjoying what we have for now. I think that's the way we can put it. But it was a brilliant episode. Things are picking up once again, and Season 2 is absolutely nailing it this far. I'm really, really enjoying what we're having so far, and I can't wait to see what happens next time. So until then, I will see you guys, and until next time, if you guys enjoyed this reaction, you can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!